Today we are going to build elevators with custom sizes. It doesn't matter if you want a 5x5 elevator or a 10x8 one, this video has got you covered. This tutorial is for how to build this thing in Bedrock Edition, but I also have a tutorial on how to do this in Java Edition, which I'll link. As a matter of fact, the demonstration you are seeing right now is the one from Java Edition. Because my PC has trouble recording Bedrock Edition because it doesn't have the replay mod. Which means I'll be going back and forth in this video, where I show the block placement using the replay mod and I show it in action with laggy Bedrock screen recordings. Let's get into one of the showcases now so you can see it on Bedrock. I'm sorry for the lag, but I'll also link a world download in the description so you can see it in action on your own device, where it should look less buggy. Let's get into the tutorial. I'll show you how to make a 10x10 elevator, but you can go smaller or larger. In one dimension the maximum number of blocks is 10 though, which is because we're actually going to build two parts with a maximum of 5 blocks. Go down 18 blocks below where you want the lowest level of your elevator to be and place a row of non-sticky blocks, like obsidian, on the entire length of the elevator, which is 10 in my case. Then place a row of redstone dust next to it on the outer edge of the platform. Now let's make the machine. We alternate between honey blocks and slime blocks because those don't stick together, which helps us get around the push limit of pistons. Be sure to pay really good attention to how I place the observers, because they need to be facing the right way. Now go up and place a row of obsidian next to the platform 11 blocks lower than where you want your first floor to end up. Place repeaters on the obsidian, all set to 1 tick. Now you can build 2 rows of any build block behind the obsidian and place another row behind the repeaters. Place another row of repeaters set to 1 tick that feed into the highest row and place a row of redstone behind those that gets powered by an observer. In this clip I accidentally placed 2 full repeaters that feed into the observer, but this should be a single 1 tick repeater, which you'll see me fix later. I also built a row of pistons that will be useful later that get fed by the same lever as the repeaters. Now it's time to test the machine, so I temporarily remove the platform to see if it works. Let's fix a mistake from earlier. This is also a good time to back up your world if you have the opportunity to do so. Because flying machines break very easily if you make a mistake, and that way you don't have to rebuild. When we press the bottom button, the machine gets propelled forward and it gets stopped by the repeaters. When we unflick the lever, the machine gets sent back down. Now let's make sure our platform gets dragged along by this machine. Go up 1 block above the upper sticky piston and place a row of glazed terracotta. This has to be glazed terracotta, but you can choose which color. Once again, we alternate honey blocks and slime blocks, but we also make sure that the honey blocks are above the slime blocks of the machine we already have. Now go up another block before placing a row of glazed terracotta and place sticky blocks that will be stuck to the actual platform. I'm going for a 5 deep elevator like I said, but you can make it smaller if you want to make something like a 4x4 elevator, for which I'll show some examples on the top right corner of the screen. Before we send the machine up, let's build a double piston extender that's there to shift and block the upper pistons of our machine C. While the machine goes up, we want them to push, which is why they are below glazed terracotta. But when the machine goes down, we want them to pull the sticky blocks, which is why we need to shift the block. Remember to pay attention to how the observers are facing and the fact that they are looking at 4 tick repeaters. Now we place a row of building blocks next to the bottom observers with a row of redstone on top of them, that we can power with the lever. We'll need this when we're sending the machine back down, but we place it now because it's easy to see where it needs to be. Let's test it after backing up our world. We press the button to send the machine and platform upwards. When it's gone, we activate the lever we just placed because it needs to be powered when the machine arrives back down. Now we use the double piston extender to swap the block before we flick the lever to send the machine back down. We have basically made the functional part of the elevator, but now we still need to connect everything so that we can control it with a single button. Let's start by placing a row of regular pistons that are there to shift the block back so we can go up again. We can just place a row of redstone on top of it that we can power with a button for now. Now let's connect the double piston extender to the lever of the brakes. We can use an observer to turn the lever signal into a pulse, but that's too short for the double piston extender to work, so we use a comparator pulse extender to fix that issue. Now we can just use whichever vertical redstone method you prefer to bring the signal up. Because the upper fixing needs to happen before the brakes get unpowered, we need to place 4 full repeaters to make the timing work. Alright, let's make a backup and test once more. We press the button to shift the block, at which point we can unflick the lever. Now we can just go up using the button. Before we can go down though, we'll need to flick the bottom lever again, so it's ready for our arrival. Now we can just use the top lever to automatically do everything we need to go down. You should send the elevator back up though to build the rest of the machine. We extend the bottom lever for 2 more blocks so we can add a full repeater of delay and an observer that will power the top redstone instead of the button. Now we just need to go down with your favorite redstone vertical redstone method to power the bottom redstone. We need 2 full repeaters of delay though. Now let's replace the levers with an RS NOR latch. This will make buttons act as a lever, with the extra benefit being that when you press one of the buttons, you can only turn the fake lever off using the other button, which activates another fake lever signal. We bring that signal upwards to function as the other lever. Once again, you can use whichever vertical redstone method you prefer. Alright, let's back up our world and test it. First we should place a redstone dust on top of the observer, but now we can just use the 2 buttons to send the elevator up and down without being able to accidentally screw up the system by pressing a button twice. Oh boy, that's looking satisfying already. Now if you want to make your elevator larger, you can just mirror this build, which gives me the 10x10 platform I was going for. Now let's make an elevator shaft. We have to make sure we only put non-sticky blocks next to the places where the honey and slime blocks can come. My favorite non-sticky block is layered snow. You have to use 8 layers of top snow instead of actual snow blocks though, because those are sticky. Other options are moss blocks, obsidian, glazed terracotta, suspicious sand and gravel, extended pistons, or even things like a door if you want to get creative. It's also perfectly possible to just leave a block of air and then use whichever block you want. Now we just need to connect the RS NOR ledge to buttons that control the elevator. You can even make a call elevator button by connecting it to the other side of the RS NOR ledge. That's it, we're done. I understand that you possibly want to have more floors, on which I could make a tutorial if you guys want, but that would make it a little more complicated, and I just wanted to make a basic tutorial for now. Definitely let me know in the comments if you want that though, or if you have any troubles. Don't forget that the world map is also in the description if you're having any trouble.